Good afternoon from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Thursday, January the 14th market update. On the economic front, retail sales came in lower than expected, down 0.3%. Forecast was for 0.4%. Weekly jobless claims were actually up 11,000, coming in at 444,000. Forecast was for 437,000. The EIA Nat Gas report showed higher than expected a drawdown of 266 billion cubic feet. Forecast was for 250 billion cubic feet. I noticed nat gas pulled back on that, which off of the market doesn't make sense, but might be just a bear trap. Who knows? On deck for tomorrow, we have the Consumer Price Index. Forecast is for 0.1%. We also have U.S. industrial production, which the forecast is 0.6%, and we have the Consumer Sentiment, which is forecast as 74. On earnings front here, we had Intel reported after the bell. Beat estimates, coming in at 40 cents earnings per share on revenue of 10.6 billion. Estimates were for 30 cents earnings per share on 10.2 billion. So they were handily beat. So it should help tech. And we have JP Morgan Chase will be reporting before the market opens tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that. Gold and silver were up. Copper was flat. The dollar was mostly flat, and oil was down. Light sweet crude futures we're down another 26 cents to settle at $79.39 a barrel. We won't take a look at the West Texas Intermediate crude today. We'll go over to look at the dollar real quick. We're still in this little channel down. We're still holding the 50% retracement on the dollar. So we'll keep watching that. Over to the Dow. Or not. Dow closed up 29 points to 10,710. S&P closed up 2 points to 1,148. And the NASDAQ closed up 8 points to 2,316. And the Russell closed up 2 points to 646. The Russell had the biggest percent gain again today, up 0.45%. And the S&P was the weakest by being up only 0.24%. All right, so we're still doing okay. The MACD still doesn't look too bad here. We definitely are up against, I've been talking about these resistance levels. We still need to watch them. We still got on the monthly and weekly, we got some resistance levels. Of course, if earnings are good enough, we could break through them. We need to watch the S&P here, this 1,150. Prior resistance, again, it has some resistance levels above it. Take a look at GS. Goldman Sachs, come down to the 30. It's still holding at the 30-day moving average. XLF, it looks pretty good. Still consolidating up there. Kind of come out of a kind of little flag here, both flags. So we'll see how the financials do. They've been doing pretty well. Take a look at gold. Gold still holding above this 110 support level. And then silver. Silver has been, come on, silver. Really strong, lots of volume in silver. Everybody seems to want it in silver. It's got this resistance right here, but might break through. And the VIX. VIX pop back up a little bit today. It's kind of, it's been all over the place actually. It's still very, very low, still around here. I mean, we're just, right in this tight range, still in this kind of channel down. So 9 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The bank and software indexes led, both up around 1.6%. The gold index was the weakest again today, down 0.86%. Show the chart here. You have your banks, your softwares look good. Of course, gold semis were weak. Let's go over to Chart Watch. I still like this Walter Energy. Just keep an eye on coal. It should have support here. And we take a quick look at the point and figure on Walter. It has this point and figure chart. It has a long-term bullish trend line. It has always bounced off on. So this is a big deal if Walter breaks down. If it breaks down by $1 or so, it's not a big deal. But if it, breaks this trend line, it's kind of a big deal. It should have real strong support of this breakout around the 72, 73 area. But it has not lost this trend line. So let's keep an eye on Walter. VMware, we've been talking about it. Broke out today, went higher. BTUs at a low risk buy point. Should have support around that 47.50. We've been talking about Lubrizol. Broke out yesterday. Still hanging tough. Should have a lot more to go out of that ascending triangle. Joy Global still holding up well. RIM seems to want to go higher, broke out above that downtrend line. Talked about Jazz yesterday. Big move today, up about 8%. IBM. IBM has resistance at 133, so if it takes out 133, be the next entry on IBM off of this this bounce here off the 30 and off that trend line. Watch this little cement stock remix. This still looks good. Should have some more higher prices. I like NetLogic here. It's got volume come in today. Probably would have went a lot higher, but now with the Intel earnings, maybe it'll take all the tech higher today. Looks good though. Off the back of the JP Morgan Chase earnings tomorrow, if they're good, watch PNC for this breakout. It'll probably come flying out of there. SunTrust is the same way. It's got major resistance up here at $24. It's got this, looks like it has a head and shoulders bottom on it, so it possibly could as well go flying on the back of those earnings if they're good. Talked about Tetron, massive move today. Celgene, I love this channel. Keep an eye on it. It should have much higher prices once it gets moving. Caterpillar type range, which is bullish, still should be good for higher prices. I still like this FMC short. I'm in a bear call spread above it. JB Hunt, another one that took off today we've been talking about. Nice move. Z-Linux, right at support around that 24. With tech moving, probably gets a boost tomorrow. Skyworks Solutions, another breakout today to higher prices. Starwood Hotels, we talked about yesterday, broke out higher today. We're still watching this Atwood Oceanics to see if it comes down to this 36 area. Restaurants perform well. CMG, big breakout today, as well as Buffalo Wild Wings. I like the CMG. You could probably still get in it. Buffalo Wild Wings, I think, is too big of a move. I wouldn't. You can watch it for higher prices for maybe scalping, but that's about it. Interoil, long-term trend line, low-risk buy point here. A1, 38.2% retracement, which is typically bullish. It wants to go higher. I think the market held it back. Eastman Kodak, big breakout yesterday on volume. Has more volume today. Should have a target of 6 as the ascending triangle plays out. Win, we've been watching this one. Broke out higher today. And NetEase, I think this is a broke out, come back, tested to make sure it held support. It held. I think it should go higher prices. I know Shuffle Master reported after the bell today, if I can enter it right. All these casino gaming stocks. There it is. It's up almost 6% in after hours, so that should bode well for those gaming stocks. And current market signals, we follow the point figure charts for Dow, Nasdaq, SP. All three remain on buy signals, and they all look good. Watch for the Nasdaq to break out higher. We have this resistance above us. So a print of 2,330 would be a breakout higher on the Nasdaq tomorrow. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and remember to always invest sharp.